And welcome to another episode of Two Idiots Reading Comics. Today we're going to be talking about Donny Cates' Hulk, Volume 1. Go ahead and be sure to hit the like, share, subscribe button. Do all the cool algorithm stuff. That really helps us out. And we won't keep you long. We'll just get right into the show. And welcome to the best damn book club on the internet. My name's Ron Talmadge. That's Davis Crocker. It's Two Idiots Reading Comics. And today we're going to be reading the Hulk by favorite of the show, Donny Cates.
Damn right.
We're back inside.
Woohoo!
It got cold.
It's finally cold in Alabama.
Yeah. We made some investments into a folding table. We brought the outside chairs in, so hopefully it stays loose and fun.
We'll bring the energy from outside inside this time.
I didn't realize with the table though, like I got two postures. I got
You've got the lean. Yeah, you've got the
on top of the table, or I'm like all the way back here.
Yeah.
There's like no in
there's
between.
There's not going to be an in between. These chairs aren't very in between.
So you either get terrible posture here, or you're getting terrible posture all the way back here. Yeah. So we got to figure that out. Along with, or we keep trying to put our feet in the same area.
We're gonna be playing footsies all day.
But yeah, no. This was how I always envisioned it. Once we got 3 cameras, but that would involve subscribers and
we
monetization,
we need a little help from y'all, the listeners and watchers, and
that way we could get the cool close-ups.
Yeah,
and then we could put stuff on like Twitter's about to die.
Twitter's dead. Instagram,
the TikToks, and Instagram,
Reels
and all
and
that.
shit.
And maybe who knows, grows. That would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Although Pokemon trading card game just came to the phone, and Marvel Snap is now a thing, and I didn't realize how much the iPhone Pros are bigger than the regular iPhones.
Yeah.
Or iPluses or whatever. So I literally just got that phone paid off.
You wanted to get a bigger one.
I wanted to go get a bigger one than that. But then that would give us 2 cameras.
I would.
So one of us could have a close up.
One of us. Hell, I might can scrounge up an old 8 somewhere, but that might be a little too.
Oof,
that might be a little too different.
It's amazing how good of cameras they have in those things now.
Dude, it's insane. Like I remember growing up, and it's like if you wanted a good picture, you had to have like the Canon, like the nice
like legit,
shit. Yeah. Like even my grandma, and my parents always had like a the little small Canons, like just like the pocket cameras. And they always did good, and I always thought they were great quality. And then you see what phones do now.
I know.
And then it's just like, holy cow.
Yeah. I have a free upgrade. I'm enjoying that cheaper telephone bill.
Oh, right, yeah, man. That phone bill dropping is insane.
Yeah. But it's been a hot minute.
It has. I don't even remember when we recorded last. It had to have been October. Oh, it was Tennessee game. So that was third weekend.
Saturday in October.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it hasn't been that long.
No.
We've done longer.
We'll save that for when we do the quiz. But yeah, you got me my book from the
Woohoo!
quiz.
Yeah, that was a great.
We'll show that when I think we're doing that Scott Pilgrim week.
Yeah, we'll do that Scott Pilgrim week. So week 3, you'll see it on the show.
Program and alert. We will be doing probably not an hour long like we have been doing, but like a 30-minute quick episode after you finally watch the Scott Pilgrim movie.
Yeah. We'll do.
It'll be the Thursday after we do the Scott Pilgrim episode.
So it'll be December the 22nd. Will be our review of Scott Pilgrim. Yeah. The movie.
Mm-hmm. And then other than that, this December? Yeah, this is December. Okay,
so we're rocking up,
and then we're doing the
Christmas
first week of January. So yeah.
So we're rocking up on Christmas and New Year's and
all the holidays.
Yeah, and all the holidays. Everybody's holidays.
I think there's like 47 or something.
Is it really?
It's something like all the different religions have some type of holiday, and
wow.
I know Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and Christmas. That's about it.
Yeah, that's the only ones I know just
Yeah.
immediately. And then I know Chinese New Year's in like January or February.
Yeah.
So it kind of falls in the next year.
Do
But
they have like a legit different calendar that they follow?
okay, so I
I
think
figured business wise they would have to.
business wise, yes, they follow
the rest of the world.
what they call the Gregorian calendar, which is the
Yeah, that's what we called that.
yeah. I'm pretty sure it's what it's called. Of course it's some dude that has the prefix Gregorian in it, but he had to have been Roman. But he came up with the idea of setting a fixed calendar, 7 days,
Yeah.
and then like 30-something days a month, and then alternates, and then the leap year shit.
Yeah.
They came up with that, and then that's become, since westernization has become so large, that became the understood calendar of the world. But different cultures have their own, like, formation calendars. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, the Chinese New Year is off of when some ancient emperor, like, first became emperor, and that's when they say that their timeline, like, their calendar starts.
Does theirs end like the Mayans and we all have to freak out like the world's
I
going to
don't
end?
think so, because they're
smart.
still around. Well, I mean, and their culture's still around. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I would imagine, like they just keep, like, now you can make it out to 15,000 AD. But the Mayans, I mean, they died off, so they couldn't, like, just couldn't add any more to the Mayan calendar.
I'm going to say, did they just have, like, they do it out of stone and they're like, yeah, you know what, 2012, we'll just stop there.
Well, I would imagine.
We'll add some more when we get there.
Well, I'd imagine, like, I mean, you got to think that you had so much time on your hand. They probably just had 5 guys literally just go until you're bored and just literally just etched and.
We got to like 3 years in the future, and I've been
like done.
like,
I'll go find something else to do.
That's 3 years in the future's problem.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm sure that's how they did it. Just like they just had people like literally just sit there and just create the count, like just constantly updating it. And then now you have computers, so you can just plug in the
Are
calculations.
Mayans Aztec?
No,
Okay.
with a question mark.
I was about to go, speaking of Mayans, how about that Black Panther movie where Namor is actually Aztec culture?
That's interesting.
It is a very interesting take. You still haven't seen it yet.
I still haven't seen it, but I had a feeling. I thought they were just going to make like the Mayan. I thought they were just going to bring that into Atlantean culture. Like they don't even call it like Atlantis. That's weird. Like
well, I think someone made a good point. Is like DC already got to Atlantis, so why not just make
DC
it
go to Atlantis
with Aquaman?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And so they were just like, let's give it like
I got you.
Let's give it like an Aztec-y sounding name.
Which I love the previews I've seen. I love the way their outfits look, the costumes and all. Like it is.
Have you heard
quite
the
insane.
rumor that the guy who plays Namor, he had those tight little trunks on?
Yeah.
Apparently his junk was so big they had to go and CGI and tone it down.
They had to tone it down?
They had to tone it
no,
down.
they didn't. Not tone it up. Had to tone it
they had
down.
to tone it down.
What a
Because
what a big dick energy
I
that
know,
is.
for real.
Holy shit! You just got the chunk
You'd
so big
feel-
you had to tone it down.
If you had me going out there in trunks
it's
and
a lot of
wings on my ankles, I'd be like,
We're gonna have to, guys. Can somebody please give me a little bit extra here?
Yeah.
Like I need you to pump this up. I can't
And
be
with-
walking around like it looking
and
like
with
this.
how women centric that movie is, and then you just got to deal with it.
just a
gigantic.
slong just walking around on set.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I heard that. Or I saw that on the internet. I was like, holy shit.
That's fucking hilarious.
I do
That's
not
real.
have that problem.
Not a chance. So big they toned you down.
Yeah. Solid movie though. There's a lot they had to do. I mean, you had to address the Chadwick Boseman situation.
Of course.
And then address the T'Challa situation.
Correct.
And then decide on another Panther, and then also introduce Namor.
Right.
And then kind of go forward with the MCU. They'll be like, hey, this is what we're doing going forward.
Like
MCU. And it was the last movie of Phase 4.
this is last episode movie?
I think it was the last of Phase 4.
Oh, really? Oh, I thought
Quantum Mania, I think, is the beginning
that's
of
right.
Phase 5.
You're right. Then that comes out in March, I believe.
I think so.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I think it's the second best movie behind Spider-Man of Phase 4. Not saying much, but
Not saying a whole lot, but at
It's-
least it's not behind Doctor Strange.
yeah, it's somewhere. I think it's better than Shang-Chi, but it deals with grief a lot, obviously, because of
right.
and so it's at times it's kind of like, oh gosh,
Like they almost go too far with the grief.
a little bit.
Yeah.
But T'Challa's mom and Shuri, those two actresses deserve like legitimate like award
They
nods.
should. I mean, even in the original Black Panther, the two of them were just amazing. And his mother is in the show 911. She's been in God knows how much stuff. She is amazing. I like her a lot.
But yeah, they deserve some for real award nods. But yeah, pretty good.
Good.
Solid.
I'm
probably
glad.
not gonna like go rewatch it a million times.
Well, I would imagine, and even with like what our gripe with Thor was knowing what the storyline was going to be. We knew like, okay, you've got a lot.
That Black Panther book we read, they incorporated
a good chunk of it.
Good chunk of it. Like,
cool.
Do you care about spoilers? Like,
I got other than I would imagine there's going to be a big bad that brings Namor and Wakanda together.
No,
there's not.
No.
So they're going to stay enemies? No,
they don't. But
I imagine I
Shuri,
thought they were going to have to bring a big bad.
The whole thing was like Shuri was so mad about everything that she was kind of not a mad king. That's not it. She was like she was more out for vengeance, and then Namor's thing is like so the whole thing with the Atlanteans is that a meteorite of vibranium fell into the ocean. Like, the one in Wakanda wasn't the only one.
Well, of course, okay.
And so they're kind of connected like that. But the big plot line is that all the world's governments are mad now that T'Challa isn't the king, and the queen is like, y'all are all trying to steal our vibranium. Why would we give it to you? Free willing.
Yeah.
And so the whole thing is like everybody in the world trying to find their own source of vibranium because they see Wakanda as a huge threat, which they are.
I mean, yeah, they're literally the biggest threat in the world.
And someone made a device that could find it, and Namor is like, look, y'all came out to the world and that's cool. We want to stay private.
Okay.
And so you can either help us
stay private,
take over the world.
Oh, wow.
Or we'll take y'all out first and then go take over the world.
Oh, wow. That's so not how I thought that was going to go. Wow. Okay.
And so Shuri and Namor get into a fight, and the whole thing was like, Shuri, are you going to become this more like Killmonger type of leader, or are you going to be more like your brother?
Yeah.
And she ends up sparing him, and
of course.
And then he's like, okay, I yield or whatever. But and then like at the end, they're like, his like main chick is like, I thought we were gonna take over the world together or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like, right now the open world doesn't know about us, and Wakandas are taking all the blame for what we did, and right now we're allied. So when the world turns on them, they'll have to come to us, and then we can take over the world.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, without spoiling, like I mean, that's not really big spoilers. I mean, it's kind of
that's just like the main plot.
That was either how I saw it going. Like I figured at the end, which I guess the big bad now is the world. Yeah. That's not like Galactus came in or something like that. But I mean, where does this lead for the future of the world? Like
I think this was I think this was just clearing up the Wakanda because of Chadwick.
Right. Yeah, Chadwick.
There was something kind of confusing at the end that I'll let you whenever you go see the movie. Kind of make it seem like she gave it up at the end, or maybe it's either she gave it up or she's just saying I'm not. She gave up the throne at the end, or but I mean she is the Black Panther because she
gets the right. I mean,
she found a way to synthetically from the vibranium stuff that was in Atlantis. She found a way to make that flour they all eat now.
Because that was the biggest question to me was Killmonger supposed to burn it all. They only saved one to give to T'Challa.
Yeah.
And then I would imagine what I figured they were going to do is just, there's this secret plant. Like
they had been trying to figure it out and none of it had worked. And then uh,
Namor.
Namor gave Shuri like a bracelet that had some of Atlantean vibranium, and she was able to like take the pieces from that and make the DNA of the plant.
That's cool.
But like how they have that trial or like that
The
fight
like,
at the
like
waterfalls. Well, they at the end they're like, I have to go take care of something, and they're doing that, and you think Shuri's about to walk out of the ship, but it's the guy from the Jobu or whatever.
From the more ape.
Yeah, the people who live in the mountains.
Yeah.
He walks out and he says, "Sorry, but Shuri will not be here today, and I'm taking any challengers for the throne." So I'm like, well, did she give it up to him? Because she's the Black Panther.
Well, yeah, that's the question. So I guess you could say that if the current reigning doesn't show up, then it's whoever.
Yeah, so I'm like,
so he could walk out and say, "All right, I challenge." She gave up. She's not showing up. So now I challenge whoever wants to show up.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if that is how that
would be interesting if he leads
because
he takes the throne. That would be
because kind of then she kind of like seems like she doesn't want to, but and then there's the mid credit scene
that leads on to some more.
It's more of like, do you care?
Spoiler alert. I do, and I don't. Like, it's weird. Like, I want to go see the movie, but at the same time, like
it's worth it. There's like cool stuff like, the blue, kind of like Iron Man suits from the book we read.
Ironheart, yeah.
Well, no, the blue
suit.
It's the two Menage or Dora Milaje.
Yeah, the angel. Yeah, the angel suit thing.
There in there, which is pretty cool. Ironheart is obviously in there. But basically, the mid-credit scene, big spoilers. T'Challa had a kid.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, interesting.
And with the girl, the main interest or whatever, but they kind of hide it till the end.
Interesting.
Yeah. And his name is T'Challa. Well, I think
I'm sure it's like
he has a name, but he has a name that I guess they call it like the name that they would say to the world.
Yeah.
And he's like T'Challa, so it's T'Challa Jr.
Interesting.
Yeah. So.
Huh. So again, what it sounds like is Phase 4, minus the TV shows, was literally
handing off mantles.
Just transfer of power, except for Doctor Strange.
It's like the Spider-Man giving their nod to the young Spider-Man.
And the multiverse.
Yeah. And,
starting the idea that to open the multiverse.
I mean...
the Shang-Chi was
Falcon
literally just
showing a new hero.
Showing a new hero.
Falcon Winter Soldier was
passing it
down,
to Falcon.
And then Eternals is new heroes.
Yeah. Doctor Strange literally just kind of said, "Oh yeah, there is a multiverse."
It's America Chavez is here.
Yeah.
And
then the shows, Loki's like, "Okay, there's a multiverse, and Kane's gonna be our
introducing Kane."
Yeah. Damn, what other? I don't even remember. This was a lot of TV shows in this phase, but
what was no, that was I guess. Yeah, just introducing a lot of people and then like handing down
Ms.
mantles.
You got
introducing new people,
which I would imagine you're gonna
technically introduce mutants, which in Black Panther they call. Yeah, she said at the end. She says she's
Marvel?
a mutant.
Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh,
she's like, I'm a mutant.
I never saw it
because she was born with her powers. I think no. I don't know. They explain it. They explain it better because it comes from her bracelet, but then she actually has it inside of her. I don't know.
So the bracelet enhanced it to find out where.
I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah. But yeah, it's introducing new characters, passing down mantles, and I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of Phase 4, but Black Panther was a solid movie.
And the shows, the way they passed off the shows when they first came out, were like everything in the shows will tie into movies. So far, there's been a lot of tie-ins, but at the same time, the way they perceived it was like Loki was supposed to show up, like he was supposed to show up in.
Well, you had like all of these movies that like seemingly, which I guess technically WandaVision and Spider-Man No Way Home kind of play together with Doctor Strange, and then Loki is playing with Ant-Man Quantumania. I don't know. It's just
like I know I've gone back and forth with this, but when the shows were first coming out, I loved the hell out of it. I love the idea we got 6 episodes, 45 minutes apiece. Yeah. We got a little bit longer movie and got to delve some things. And now you're just sitting here going, now with the movies not doing great, the shows are okay. Yeah. You're sitting here going, okay, where's the tie-ins? You've had all these movies, all these shows. Which you're still talking about you're not introducing mutants for another 2 years in a movie. Yeah. So you're either going to dump 1 or 2 in a show to grab your attention, or we're literally going to wait 2 more years before we ever get an actual mutants show,
I don't know. I guess
movie, anything.
If we're really, it feels like we're back in phase 1 all over again, where we're introducing Thor, Iron Man, Captain America. And then, but I guess it's a lot quicker because all that was like, oh, yeah, it's just those 3 heroes, and it's all going to be built around them.
And I get that.
Because if you look at the movies that were or that came before the first Avengers, it was Iron Man.
Iron Man 2.
Like a year later, Captain America, Thor.
Yep.
And then Iron Man 2.
And then, yeah.
And then you had Avengers.
Yeah.
And so it was like...
Avengers, just Avengers.
And so it was only 4 movies to get to a big team-up movie. Yeah. And here's like, we had a whole bunch of movies that were not up to super par. Which, again, the first Thor movie was The second Thor movie was trash. Second Iron Man movie is not good.
No.
Well, actually, I didn't mind it. Third Iron Man movie.
I like the second Thor movie.
Now that Endgame made it relevant.
Yeah, that is true. All right, second one was where...
The Dark Elves.
Oh, no, never mind. I was thinking third. I was thinking Ragnarok. Yeah. Never mind. I liked Ragnarok. Yeah, the Dark Elves, that was...
Yeah, no. But...
That was bad. And then this Thor Love and Thunder, you can just throw that in the fucking bin. That was fucking hard.
Not good.
But yeah, I feel like I understand. Like, you had 10 years of ultimate power in Marvel. Like, pretty much everything was a banger. Oh, this one just slid down the rails a little bit. That's fine. Leading to an ultimate goal. So I'm sure they have an ultimate goal coming. Mm-hmm. It's just now you're sitting there going, well, okay, Captain America's dead. Yeah. Or no longer around. Yeah. Iron Man's dead. Black Widow's dead. Hawkeye is pretty much retiring. I mean,
I was like, did y'all leave enough established stars to bring up these other guys?
Apparently, the only big name established was it would have been Chadwick Boseman, but
Thor.
Excuse me. But is he actually going to stay? Soldier. But I think Thor. I think he's going to. Hemsworth is ready to be done with it. So
I don't know. I think he knows this is his big paycheck, and
it's
leads
definitely
to a smaller paychecks.
I agree. You got
because how many movies has Evans and Robert Downey Jr. been in since? Other than Knives Out and then a shitty Dr. Dolittle.
That too. I haven't even watched it, but I saw I saw the trailers and shit for it, and it was just like, what are we doing here? No. Then there was magic at the end. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Apparently that was closer to the book's adaptation. I was like,
really?
You tried to follow Eddie Murphy.
You should have gone for Eddie Murphy. Yeah. But I think they'll bounce back. I still think they'll bounce back before DC ever even finds their footing. Yeah. But at this point, it's like, okay, we do have to kind of turn our brains back and go, all right, we've got to rebuild. Mm-hmm. When Endgame ended, there was no lead into the next big bad. It was just Endgame, Infinity War, and then the world just had to fix itself. Yeah. And so, I don't know. I think it'll get there. Mm. I did see where Tom Holland was given 4 or 5 more movies with Marvel and Disney.
Good.
So I don't remember exactly what they were, but I'm pretty sure it was like 2 more Spider-Man movies, 2 team-up movies, and maybe a show. Like, he's going to be in the show. So there's it's either 4 or 5 movies that they have agreed with Sony that Tom Holland will stick around.
That's good.
And that was, I guess they announced that about a month ago, but
I didn't know. Good.
It was a quick, it was just in the feed, and everybody's like, oh, cool. And then just everybody just moved on. It was just like, okay, that should have been expected. But at the same time, Sony got a little pissed off.
Yeah. But yeah. If you want to get into the book,
Yeah, we'll get into that.
I almost brought up Andor, but we can save that for
We can
another
save that
episode
for later.
because I love that show.
All right, as always, we've got was reading Hulk. It's called Smastronaut. This is Volume 1, started in 2021. And as always, we got our great writer, Donnie Cates, our artist, Ryan Otley. Ryan Otley also did number 1, Free Comic Book Day, and Cliff Rathburn was also on 2 through 6 as an inker. We've got our colorist, Frank Martin, with Federico Blee for number 3, and our letters by VC's Corey Pettit, and a bunch of cover arts, and it has some really cool. Did you look at the end, all the cover arts that they did?
Oh yeah, that's cool.
They had some really cool ones.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Hulk I want to see.
Really?
Yeah, I want crazy. Like I want like.
I mean, yeah, I want
the,
I want an out of control badass Hulk.
But
I'd rather have the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde Hulk. I don't want Bruce Banner trapped in the Hulk's brain.
That did get a little.
I mean, I kind of was thinking about it. I was like, I look at it, the Hulk is the same way I do like super huge, gigantic guys in professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Because logically, makes no sense that he's not like when you have a big ass hoss like a Wardlow or a Big Show and big guys like that. Fight like real life wise, there's no reason why they shouldn't be the champion.
Of course.
Instead of like, the guy who won it last night, MJF, who's 6'3", like 225.
Yeah.
And yet they have like they have enough for a whole super heavyweight division. Legitimacy wise, there's no reason why all those guys shouldn't be whipping
the medium guys out. Right.
Yeah. And so it's just like
there's a whole reason why UFC, when they have like these,
they have weight divisions.
Like they have these weight divisions because you literally watch a man.
Yeah.
Oh, what's his name?
I love George St. Pierre, who was the welterweight champion at 165 or 175. There's possibly pound for pound the greatest fighter ever. And if he went in there with like even a middle of the road heavyweight,
the heavyweight would just has to touch him. I mean,
would just whip his ass.
Yeah.
And so
what's his name?
The Hulk is always like that to me though, because it's like if the Hulk ever became sentient, like there's absolutely no reason why he couldn't just take over the Earth.
Well, that's the whole World War Hulk.
Yeah.
And the Maestro Hulk. Mm-hmm. Like they became sentient Hulk, like all-knowing Hulks, and they literally run worlds, run universes.
And so it's just like, I was sitting in here, I was like, how do you make, other than making it like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type situation, which has probably been done a million times with the Hulk.
I'm sure.
How do you just keep it constantly entertaining? Yeah. And I was like, well, it's Donnie Cates, so I'll give it a shot.
Donnie Cates.
And I did not picture...
Donnie Cates kept it interesting.
Hulk as a starship is what they kept calling it.
So what it looked like, and at the Free Comic Book Day at the end, I read it, and it was like, you could tell Banner was kind of controlling Hulk at that time, but it still was kind of
somehow got Banner...
Like inside their own brain, Banner was able to take control of the body, lock Hulk's brain away, and that way Banner was still Hulk, and like he would start, like he was picking up pieces of his armor and his uniform, or not his uniform, but his spaceship, pretty much, and then it was like he was in the cockpit of a ship that was the Hulk's body, while Hulk
and the Hulk's psyche
was the engine, as
which
anger
that
and
was
rage,
wild. So,
I liked it. I thought the insanity Hulk was cool.
Yeah,
and just Banner trying to be,
and this alternate dimension, wild with Thunderbolt Ross as president.
That was kind of cool.
Basically, the gamma bomb worked in that dimension, and now they're having to worked a little too well. They took over the world, and now they've got a bunch of like half-cooked Hulks, and they're having to round them up and throw them into a dimension or somewhere. And then the Bruce Banner, who isn't a Hulk in this dimension, because he was safe in the bunker, is like trying to like save them. and then turns out Thunderbolt Ross is saving one
The
fully
big bads.
the fully cooked Hulks,
Dude, those Hulks were
one of which
insane.
was Spider-Man,
Well,
or he got bit by like a gamma spider.
I think it was a gamma spider, and it made him like this, pretty
Hulk
much
spider.
a Hulk spider. And
Yeah.
dude, that was
badass.
that was badass.
Yeah, and so it's just crazy. Like, I don't know if we're doing it justice describing it, but you should have read it because it's the show.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was crazy. I don't know if I'd go back again, but
Yeah,
just because I prefer the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde stuff. But
right.
I'm sure there's like tons of back issues I can go read for that.
Even when I got done reading, I was like, all right, this was fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
This was cool. Hulk's back in the dimension trap, in the portal.
Mm-hmm.
But what's next? Like, all right, is he just going to drop into another dimension with a banner that's crazy, and then he's going to have to fight that banner this time? Or is it pretty much going to him dimension hopping and fighting?
Yeah.
And then eventually land
time,
on a planet that he's going to take control of?
Yeah.
I mean,
and he also had this weird internal battle with some, I guess.
What was that?
I don't know, because they were like, it seems like it was like this manifestation of Betty Ross that wasn't actually there. And she says at one point is like, everybody gets their own Hulk. Bruce, Jennifer, and then
Ross,
the other one.
It just went down like
it's
a
like,
list.
why can't the Hulk have their own Hulk? I was like, so is that part of like Bruce's, or is that part of Hulk's psyche that he didn't trap in there, or
like even Hulk's
which would explain
love
why
for
she
Betty
was
Ross,
always so concerned about
Hulk, which could have been
room.
the Hulk's version of Betty, like the Hulk loving Betty. Yeah. Bruce loving Betty, and it left a piece of the Hulk's mentality in there. That could work.
But if obviously he defeats the manifestation of Betty Ross, but if we had gotten a Hulk squared, that should have been wild.
Oh,
like
an actual Hulk running around. Yeah. You got Hulk banner, and then you got Bruce banner, and then you have this Hulk that's been created off the two. That would have been kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I thought, like, when it was happening, I thought it was like some computer virus that was in there, like some weird computer virus, almost like what happened to Cyborg. And I was just like, this is an odd take on introducing a computer virus in a brain.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it was fun. I really did enjoy it. I thought, like I said, I thought the idea of using
at times got more science fiction-y than I could handle. But
but
it was a lot of fun.
But
we always enjoyed Donny Cates on this show.
Yeah, so. When they introduced, like when the comic's starting, it's all over the place. Yeah, this is introducing. This is Donny Cates' first issue. It is. We're fucking hitting the wall hard.
Hope you. We're current on Hulk.
Yeah, because they talk about El Paso, which I'm sure it was, of course, a Hulk freak out, and they had to put him down, or tried to put him down. And then he's beating the shit out of Tony Stark and the Hulkbuster suits. He has his fucking arm. Hulk has his arm ripped off. Yeah. Sticks the damn Hulkbuster arm on there and shoots him. Yeah. That got crazy. And then you're just like, okay, what's happened? And it's just like, oh, God. And then all of a sudden, Banner's passed out, and you're just like, he just destroyed these dimension hopping police officers by just running through them.
They had a taste of Spider-Man written by Donny Cates in there. I would like to see his Spider-Man Donny Cates run.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Now, did you notice when Hulk had his transformation into the Black Hulk, or I just call it a Black Hulk. I don't know what to call it. When the Betty manifestation took over and he transformed. Did you get a little Venom-esque quality there?
Maybe, but he's not writing Venom.
I know he's not writing Venom now anymore, but it seemed like they kind of...
I think then Volume 2 is crossing over with his Thor, though.
It does, because I am not caught up in the Thor run, but I know that Hulk ends up fighting Thor at some point. And but I don't know, like where this
they
ended,
will let him cross over his own storylines.
But where this ended, did with Venom, I mean, there was a hammer flying at his head. Yeah. But it was shattered. And in what I read, or what I'm caught up to, the hammer is still whole. So I guess there was some weird hammer breaking happening in there. Or they may have just done the hammer just to coincide with real world Thor right now.
Maybe.
But I don't know. Definitely just don't see the whole Thor idea going.
I don't know.
But
are you gonna? I think the Donny Cates Venom omnibus came out. You gonna?
Motherfucker. Oh, you didn't need to tell me that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My issue is
yes. I mean,
I don't know if
yes.
My issue is I don't know if King in Black is in there, which means I'd have to also buy the King in Black omnibus.
I'm pretty sure, like, because King in Black did their five stories. I'm pretty sure Venom is doing all their shit, and that weird crossover with War of the Realms that happened. That was weird. And then there's going to be the King in Black
omnibus.
Omnibus. Okay. That's going to have, I believe it's going to have like all
have
the
every tie-in.
like the official tie-ins. So it may be duplicate. It may duplicate in the two. So you may be reading Venom, and you get to
you'll get Venom's King in Black tie-ins, but you won't get the actual King in Black.
So you at the end,
even though it's heavily involved. But
yeah, you remember what happened? Like the last volume of Venom we read, where he's fighting like the Venom and what's his name separate, Eddie Brock separate. I would imagine that's going to be in Venom, and maybe also in the King in Black.
Yeah,
depending on how, unless they just do the 5-issue King in Black, or if they do like they did with the Flashpoint that I bought. Yeah, everything's included.
I don't know. I just wish.
But it's definitely separate.
I wish Marvel would like have a website of like, here if you want, because like when I started watching or rewatching, I got like half or a third of the way through it. Star Wars Clone Wars.
Yeah.
There's on the official Star Wars website.
Oh,
there's a list
of canon order. Yeah.
Chronological order. Yeah. If you want to watch it that way, here's the episode list. I wish they did that.
I wish I'd known because, that when I first ever watched it, because watching it the way it is so hard to watch.
Disorienting, yeah.
Especially for the first 2.5 seasons. It is so hard to watch.
But, because they just re-released the Avengers vs. X-Men omnibus.
I know. I saw that on
Near Mint Condition.
Near Mint, and
another great channel. Go follow them.
Like, and it has all the events.
Yeah, it has everything.
Not just the one we've done 2 of them. We
did part 1 and part 2.
Yeah,
it's the 12-issue series.
Oh,
but
man, dude. That was
the way he made it sound in that video is that it goes issues 1 through 12, and then all the tie-ins in the back, and it's like, why would you do that?
Why would you not tie them in?
Why would you not?
Like this free comic book day.
Yeah.
If you made a
put
volume,
it in chronological order.
If you made a volume, why the hell did you not put it in first?
Yeah, why would you not?
Ooh, that happened in our Venom volume when we read that Venom, and that the Absolute Carnage was in the back.
Yeah, it's like, why would you?
It's like, this definitely should have fallen in between issues 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's like, put it in chronological order. It's not that hard.
Like, it was so easy. Like this,
or at least put a list out there so I know how to.
Like this free comic book day. It was like 6 pages, 7 pages. It was very short. Why the hell did you not stick
put
that
it in the front? Yeah,
and then because that's literally how it came out to the world.
Yeah,
like I don't know. That part is odd. So
too much
if they
effort,
do Venom, so if they do Venom like that, you got what's it going to be? Probably 3 volumes. Or is it going to be the entirety of the 30-something issue run?
I'm not sure. I'd have to
get up to 40. They got up to a lot of issues.
I want to say it was like 32, and then all of a sudden he was like, actually, issue 200.
Yeah, then they had an issue 100. Yeah,
200.
That was a weird issue. I think they had to do some anniversary for Venom and Spider-Man, but
I don't know.
Yeah, if you pick one up and it's in opposite order like that, that hurts. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna read the back issues.
So much information I could have got from that. And it made so much better.
And that Flashpoint I got, it's the 10-year anniversary of the Flashpoint, and everything's in order. I mean, it is.
See, like,
it is textbook order. Yeah. I mean, and it is smooth.
Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, there is a Donny Cates Venom omnibus out there.
Didn't need to know that.
I think it comes out. It either comes out this month or came out already. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah. Holt, pretty good. Donny Cates writing, still pretty damn good.
Donny Cates. I mean, damn. I don't know. I don't.
Continues to work with some great artists, and I'm just like, I like that style.
To me, unless I find something in Thor that really makes me like, oh wow, how did that happen? And makes me go read Hulk. I'm probably not picking. I'm not gonna move on to Volume 2 right now. It's cool. I enjoyed it, but
I'm just kind of.
But if we're just gonna
get 2 in general,
huh?
I'm just kind of tired with the big 2 in general, unless it's like alternate universes, like Batman, White Knight, type stuff. It's just kind of like their canon's all over the place, and I'm not here for
Well, and
a million reboots.
summer they reboot it. So
Yeah.
I mean, every year you have this new reboot.
Yeah.
Where used to it was like every 3 years, 4 years, but now it's like every year. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, we forgot to tell you that dude that we killed off, big storyline.
Yeah.
He's back now. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
It's just like
Like nut up, and if you want to kill somebody, just do it.
exactly.
Give it a few years when everybody's begging for him again, then bring him back. But just
Have it make sense.
yeah,
I don't know. But yeah, so definitely worth the read if you like.
it's definitely worth picking up and reading.
Yeah, and I think it was like $10 on the Marvel app. So
$8.79 on Comixology. So it was like
with your Comixology Unlimited discount.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna do it for this week. Next week, Static Shock, or I think it's
just
Static.
Yeah, it's the new run of Static.
Yeah, glad to have the milestone characters back.
That's
But we'll get into that next week.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, we have a segment. Yeah, we do.
Oh, we do have a segment.
We do have a
That's
segment.
right.
Personal recommendations. Do you want to go first? I had one. Yeah, I have one.
I don't have one, so
Okay.
I might just be kind of.
Do you just not do anything you enjoy in life? You haven't had one in a while. Have you seen anything fun lately? Done anything fun lately?
Oh yeah, all right. I've got one.
Okay.
I'll take care. Go ahead. Or do you need me to go first?
I can go. But
I'll go. It's gonna be short.
your last one was like 2 months ago, and you said just enjoy life, man.
I did. All right. So, Peaky Blinders has been out for years.
Yeah.
And I finally sat down and started watching it. I don't know what it is about early 1900s style. I mean, this is set in England, and not really
It's
sure.
also a gangster movie.
It's a gangster movie.
Gangster show.
Yeah. And so I think the whole idea, like I loved Scarface growing up. Like
My parents let you watch
middle school.
Scarface?
Not let me watch Scarface. I watched Scarface.
Oh.
That and Godfather.
Yeah.
I enjoyed those movies.
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. So when I never started watching it when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
Started watching it. I haven't watched a whole lot. I'm about maybe season in.
Uh-huh.
But it's just
You have to use subtitles?
No. There's some times I'm sitting there going, yikes! There is no on the phone. Like it is like, okay, yep, that I don't know what they said.
No.
But it is cool. You get the whole just gangster beat the shit out of people. This is my town.
Mm-hmm.
Police coming in trying to ruin the whole shit, and then they're just beating the shit out of each other.
Arthur fucking Shelby.
Yeah, but I have been enjoying that, and I know it's an old take and an old show, but
And you still won't watch that Stranger Things.
yeah, I know. I don't know why. Like, man, I got way too many shows that I've half started, and like I think I still only like season 5 of Naruto, but it's a good show.
Yeah,
but I don't need any more shit to start.
Yeah. My personal recommendation, another creator that the show likes, Mark Bernardin, is co-writing a new comicsology original called Census. Very fun read.
All right.
You don't think about fun when it's a census, but it's basically, they kind of, if you've ever read or watched American Gods, the whole theory of the gigantic melting pot that is New York, and people bring their religions and their beliefs, which also brings those mythological beings and creatures along with them.
Yeah.
And so they actually all exist in New York.
Okay.
And so this guy who is kind of like a loser and just needs a new job because he was a janitor, and he's like, I don't want to clean toilets anymore. And they're like, well, here, all you have to do is take the census, and it's like pays way better than it should, plus benefits. And he's like, fucking deal. And no experience required. He shakes the hand, and you see like the spell cast. He's like, well, no, you can't quit until you're done. And it's taking a census of every mythological being in New York City. And the first one was 3 succubuses, and he almost got trapped and killed. The second one, he's like trying to do, it's like a genie and leprechauns, and he's like, I'm looking for a Seamus, and he's like, there's a bunch of leprechauns. He's like, there's like 40 Seamuses in here. And then issue 3 is out. I haven't read it yet, but it's just really fucking fun. It's very
It's
fun.
just a rando guy having to like figure out like, oh wow, all these creatures exist.
Yeah, and yeah, it's just a really fun read. There's 3 issues out. I've only read the first 2. Hopefully it's not a mini series like the rest of the Comixology originals.
Yeah, I know.
But I don't know. Hopefully they keep this one going because I enjoyed it a lot.
Well, cool.
But yeah,
That does
Census,
sound funny.
co-written by Mark Menard and a bunch of other lovely people.
Cool.
A lot of fun. We also need to shout out R.I.P. to the real Batman, Kevin Conroy.
Damn right, man. That hurt. 67?
Yeah.
He was not 70, I don't believe.
No. People our age, it was the Justice League shows
Batman
and
animated
Batman.
series.
That was like in the 90s.
But
I guess we could have. It's all on HBO Max, so you can go watch it all. Originally Batman the animated series, and then for our generation it was the Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, and then I think he also did Batman and Batman Beyond, or he did Bruce Wayne and Batman Beyond.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And then for the younger generation, if you are like I ain't never watched any of those shows, he only did Batman in the 3 greatest Batman video games ever. So
Arkham's.
the Arkham series. He was Batman in that as well.
Literally this this generation's Batman. Like he was the real world Batman.
It's just like he did Batman and almost never fucked it up. So
yeah, it's heartbreaking and sucks.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of celebrities that have passed this year. And it's just it's been a little insane.
They used to not bother me at all, and now there's been a few. It's just like, oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, it's like, damn, I did watch you as I was growing up and listening.
So, R.I.P. Kevin Conroy.
Yeah.
He will be missed.
Very much so.
Next week, I think Static.
It's gonna be Static.
Static. Yep. Very fun. We'll talk about that next week, and we'll also have our shit list. So, look forward to that, and we'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.